guys, how's it going? So I'm not sure exactly what today is gonna bring in terms of projects, except for I know we're gonna start by cutting some corn stalks. It's kind of blustery out today. It was windy last night. I don't know what the recorded wind speed was here in Ontario, but I know just not very far down the road, they were getting 78-mile-an-hour gusts, and it was pretty intense. Aaron actually popped a camera outside because we thought for sure we were gonna lose a tree. Thankfully we didn't. What are you doing, Benjamin? You running? There is dirt coming. Yeah, you guys, that's the other thing. So they're doing some leveling and stuff over here at this new house. So there's a whole bunch of dust flying through the air and a little bit of noise too. Yeah, dude.
I heard raindrops. There's raindrops coming out of me.
I think that might be from the sprinklers. Anyway, one of the projects we're working on today is gathering a bunch of supplies and prepping for a project we're gonna do tomorrow out at my parents' house, which I will bring you along for that one as well. But many of you know my mom broke her leg in July. She got the green light this week from her doctor that things are looking really good. She can start putting a tiny bit of weight on it. And you know, it's a long process. She has to go get another x-ray in 6 weeks time to see, you know, how everything's going. It's just going to kind of be that way. They said it would be a full year from the time she broke it till full recovery, like feeling back to complete normal. That's a long time. And you guys know, a lot of you guys know, my mom loves to do it up. Romance the ordinary, right? She loves to deck their house out for every season, for every holiday, and she can't really, she can't haul tubs from their shed, you know, decorating tubs from their shed into their house. So we're gonna go decorate my parents' house for my mom. It should be a super fun day. I'm hoping my sister can be out there too and we can just make a fun day of it. But we're going to today start by cutting a bunch of corn stalks from our maize garden. They're looking so great. I was a little worried for them after the wind last night, but their tassels still look really good. And then I'm also hoping to go down to the garden center, pick out some plants for their front pots. And I'm going to go check Marshall's. We're going to hopefully find some new pillows for their patio furniture, some fall themed pillows. And then one last thing I may do is gather a few buckets full of flowers. My mom loves to put together flower arrangements, and so she may just kind of like stay a little bit more stationary, stay at the counter and make some flower arrangements for the house. So anyway, and if we have time today, I would also like to start deconstructing a couple of our summer containers because they've got perennials in them. More specifically lavender. We've got one container in the center of our raised bed garden that's got one lavender and some portulaca around it, and then we've got 2 lavender in front of the greenhouse in containers. I'd like to get those out and get them planted and start working on that over the coming weeks. Anyway, corn stalks first. Got the corn stalks, and before we get too much further, I did want to give you an update on the grass in the orchard because I said I would the other day and I forgot. Things are looking pretty darn good. So we've got quite a bit of grass here and quite a bit of bulb foliage actually. There are some weeds that come up, which is typical every time we start grass seed like this, but I'm really encouraged by how it's looking. Let me show you the other side. There it is, quite a bit of green. There are some patches where there isn't any, but we may toss a bit more seed. There is stuff coming up though. I think if we just give it a second, it will fill in so quickly. We're gonna go check on the nectarines quick too. So many nectarines. Oh, is that ready? Look at how beautiful that is. These are flavor top nectarines. They are so good. Last year, so this is the second year this tree's been in the ground. Second year, and look at that thing. Just enormous and so loaded with fruit. Last year during its first season, I got 3 nectarines off of it, and they were so delicious. I would say that these are about 2 days out from being peak perfection. So it'd be a good day to come out and get them all harvested. You can let them, you know, finish ripening on the counter, but I just love coming out here and just picking them right off the tree. I'm kind of considering where we have the pear that got blight, but we still need to dig it out. We'll do that this fall. I might put another nectarine in that spot because of how well this tree is doing. I mean, we've not sprayed, other than the dormant spray, we haven't done any spraying on this tree, any of these trees out here. And the fruit's clean and it's delicious, and clearly the plant is liking it out here. Pear trees tend to deal with chlorosis in our area, and I'd just love to have an orchard that isn't high maintenance and we don't have to treat with chelated iron all the time. Made it to Marshall's, hoping there's some fall pillows in here. It's pretty. Well, I found 2 pillows. There aren't a whole lot that are matching. This is kind of a smaller Marshall's here in our town. It's fun to have one, but they just don't have as huge a sections dedicated to things. But at least I found these 2, and I'm sure she's got other ones that we could use, and I think I've got some as well. We'll figure it out. I'd be absolutely kidding myself if I thought I could go into Marshall's and just come out with pillows. I did get the 2 pillows for Mom and Dad's porch. I think those are really pretty, and I think they'll actually go with other things that my mom has. But I also got this. Isn't that pretty? It's super sturdy too, marble and metal. And then, oh my goodness, you guys, such cute little outfits for Samantha. Look at that. Oh, so cute. This coat. Look at that coat with the little brass buttons. Oh, it's got a hood. That's gonna look so cute on Samantha. Found some good sweatshirts and sweatpants and stuff for Benjamin too. Okay, now that we've got the pillows, I'm going to run out to the farm stand really quick. I'm not sure that anybody has pumpkins out quite yet. That might be a phase we need to do later on, but I'm just gonna double check. It actually feels a little bit weird not to have enough pumpkins in my own garden to outfit both my porch and my parents' porch. Didn't grow as many this year. A busy place this morning, but I do not see any pumpkins or squash or anything like that yet. That's kind of what I thought I would find mid-September. We're not quite there yet, so we'll have to do phase 2 with pumpkins later on. Okay, we are at the garden center now. All right, guys, just want to take a look at what's here. A whole bunch of violas mostly. Little itty bitty ones. My goodness gracious, look at how small these are. Cute. Oh, I like these frizzle sizzle yellow violas, or pansies rather. Those are so cute. My mom did tell me she wants to do very like classic autumn colors this year. So red and orange and golds and stuff like that. There are some really pretty cabbage here. This would sure be pretty in the one of the low containers that I need to do. We're kind of at that weird point of the year where you're ready to do fall stuff, but it's like slightly too early. And they did bring in 1 fall load. Like I do have some things at home, but even those aren't quite there, not quite ready. There are some mums here. I usually steer clear of mums in containers. They don't last long enough. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna find everything I need. And those violas are really pretty up front, but I don't think they're quite the colors that my mom was going for, and they don't have quite the punch. You know, pansies have bigger flowers. Oh, there's a tree down. There's really not a whole lot going on in the greenhouse yet. Well, I think I might just do the 1 low container, and maybe we'll do the pots, the rest of the pots outside when we do the pumpkins. That might be a perfect time to do that. So I'm gonna grab a few of the cabbage and then a few of the little violas, and we'll at least get 1 container handled. These are kind of pretty, like a little bouquet, but I love this too. I think we have room for like 1, maybe, surrounded by some violas. Oh, there's a few here, the yellows maybe? And there's some orange. That might work out perfect. Oh, you guys, I'm finding all kinds of good stuff. Somehow I missed these. They were sitting right on that little wood tray right there. These are awesome Rudbeckias. Anyway, I think we're gonna be able to come up with some good stuff here. I might even pop a couple of mums in, even in their containers, if you sink them down in the pot. That way you can pop them back out and put a fresh one in midway through the season. We'll see. I'm really encouraged though, finding just a few things that are gonna work great. All right guys, we've got a couple mums, some maiden grass, a couple of rosemary that are hardy to zone 6, which that's what we are, and then all of these gorgeous things. So we're gonna load these up and actually take them out today so that they're there and ready for us tomorrow. I'm out at my parents' house now to drop all of this stuff off. I did stop at Joann's. I kind of forgot about Joann's. On the way out, I forgot to film it, but I did find a few pillows. There's a couple of plaid ones. I got a couple for home earlier on. So I got a couple for out here, and then these are really pretty. The gray and tans. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay, so I'm just gonna unload this stuff. I'm not gonna really even set it up, and then we'll be back tomorrow to do the actual project. And then we'll go home and maybe plant that lavender. I have a couple of plants at my house that I'm going to bring out here, I think, to add to the container arrangements, and then some wood candlesticks. So we're going to be focusing a lot on the inside. Like this outside stuff was kind of a last minute decision. We thought, well, while we're at it, we may as well get the front porch kind of done and all that, but we'll show you all the inside stuff as well. I'm really looking forward to it. So anyway, nice to have the first load of stuff out here. It's still super blustery, so I'm going to try to get this project done quickly. We've got the 2 lavender in front of the greenhouse. I think I'm going to wait on the one that's in the raised bed garden. I'll show you why. The portulaca still looks really pretty, so we'll hold off on that one. But I do have 2 honeyberries up here as well that got fried. The drip system wasn't working very well, so I'm going to cut them back and plant them out, and they should bounce. They're in the honeysuckle family, really tough plants, and I can also see where they're starting to push new growth anyway, so I think we'll be okay. So this is the area we're in right now. This is the lavender. Look at how gorgeous that is. Oh my goodness, and it's massive. I'm gonna have to look up what variety that is. I can't even remember. But you can see the foliage canopy is down right here, and then it sends out these super long, gorgeous stems. This is probably a type of lavandin, I'm guessing, right here. Really good for cutting. It's so fragrant. And then look at this pour. I'm like almost embarrassed. It's camouflage with the shakes. It's like the same color. This is a honeyberry. It's got new growth down in here. You can see that kind of new growth. Does it have spider mites? Please tell me it does not have spider mites. Kind of looks like spider mite damage, but I don't see any spider mite activity, that's for sure. Anyway, what I'm going to do is take these branches back down to just like a nice little dome, and we'll plant those out in the landscape. This whole 1 plant per pot project, I mean, you can really definitely see the different plants. There's the Supertunia Vista bubblegum, the snowdrift. I love, this is the Augusta lavender heliotrope. It's performed a lot better than I thought it was going to. This pot has been malfunctioning with drip, and so has this one. It's got a lantana in there. And so we've been having to hand water that one. I had to pull the lemon coral sedum. It did not thrive. There's a violet night lobularia looking really good. And then I pulled the unplugged pink salvia. I mean, it was on its own in its own container, and it just did not do it. So I put in a blue mohawk juncus, and then there's some bite-ins and some superbena, what's this one, whiteout. That's looking pretty good. But these are our only perennials, so I want to get those out, and I'm going to be ready to clean out some of these and get some fall plants going anyway. Will it come out easily? Oh, it's rooted. Dang. Whoa. Did I do a circle of drip? I think I might have. Oh my goodness. That is one huge root ball right there. Oh my word. Hey, Cheddar. I had no idea it was that rooted in. I'm gonna have to dig a big hole. My goodness gracious. Okay, well, let's cut this drip out. And I need to plug the drip I just cut. Got the drip plugged where the lavender just came from, so we won't have any extra water being used right there. This Vista bubblegum just kind of like takes its spot. You hardly even miss it. So I'm gonna do that on the 2 honeyberries and the other lavender over there. Then we're gonna go out and plant these things. Sad, but you can see all the new growth right there. And a good way to tell if your plant is still alive, even though it looks dead, like right here, you can take your pruners and look right underneath that top layer of bark and see there's green underneath there. There's still a lot of life in this plant, so we should be just fine, even though they look pretty bad. Let me show you the other lavender. Okay, so you can see in the middle of our raised bed garden area here, we've got another one of those lavender, but look at the portulaca. Look at that. The pollinators love it. It closes up, like the blooms close up at night and then they reopen when it's nice and warm out. And while, you know, this lavender isn't giving us a ton of color up top, this has really just been so fun to watch grow. So I'm not quite ready to rip that apart, because if I take, well, you saw how the other lavender rooted in, I would wreck the portulaca. So we'll wait a little while until it's a little colder and then we'll tackle that. So we'll leave a spot for this one near the other two. I'm also going to water our newly seeded fall crop beds here. We have drip in here, but it only goes once a day. Okay, let's go get these planted. Lavender are in, so one went right here, right by a Miss Ruby Buddleia. There's some phlox that looks kind of crummy right now, but it will be fine. There's new growth coming up from the base at the moment. We planted these out when it was fairly hot and they kind of shocked, and so anyway, they've been throwing some blooms out, which is nice. We've got a Desert Plains Pennisetum. There's a rose right there, and then that big guy. Oh my gosh, I planted it right there in the beginning, and that was much bigger than I kind of thought it was. So I got it down in the hole and I stepped back and thought, nope, it's already competing for space. So I dug a new hole and popped it out there. So the third one will either go down the way a little bit or possibly like right in here. I'm thinking of planting the honeyberries over near where all the other berries are. So let's head over there. So back here in this corner, we've got the blackberry bed and then the raspberry beds and the grapes. So I thought it'd be kind of nice to have the honeyberries kind of in the same general location. I don't know why, it just feels appropriate. So we're just gonna pop a couple of them right here, and then I've got two more that we're gonna move out here later. Okay, there they are, for better or for worse. They don't look great, but I was really encouraged to see all the green buds on them, and they're a really tough plant. I'm gonna try to protect my mic from the wind, but the other two that I have to plant out here have lived in terracotta pots out in the cut flower garden for the past 2 seasons. They made it through the winter. I've just perched out there with no protection, so I really am not too stressed about these plants. This variety is called Sugar Pie. It's one that grows 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, and then I think I've got one more Sugar Pie, and then I've got a honey bunch as well. And it is good to plant them near each other for maximum production. But these honeyberries, each variety will produce a different amount of fruit, but I can't remember which one it is. It might be the Sugar Pie. The mature size shrub can produce upwards of like 7.5 pounds of honeyberries in a season, which is amazing. And they are really good. They're kind of elongated. They're like a blueberry, but longer, not round. And they have kind of just a wild berry taste to them. Like some say it tastes like a raspberry, strawberry, blueberry, I think. I can't really distinguish which berry they taste like. They just taste like a berry, but more like your huckleberry kind of taste, you know, that wild kind of berry taste. Anyway, they're really tasty. The birds do like them though, so you do have to protect them from those. So once these get a little bit of size and have good fruit set, we'll probably have to net them. And you guys, that is going to do it for today's project. Super excited to be out at my parents' house tomorrow doing some decorating, and it was nice to get a lot of the gathering done today, because you guys know you do any kind of project and gathering up supplies is one of the biggest time commitments of the whole project usually. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you tomorrow in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.